Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, June 27th, the Great Mattsby Tracker. And is it all-time high weekly candle close day?
It looks like it could be, or at least a toe over before testing back again. But man, it's Friday, so a lot of times the options, the market makers, they project one thing and they try to take it back just before the close of the week. But let's see. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm seeing that are they're now in the heart of the third wave, where price will just run and run and run and not look back, and everyone will keep looking for a pullback, and it's just going to keep running. And we're going to talk about a couple of those stocks today. But first, Matt's going to take you through the indices.
Yeah, so we're all-time high territory pre-market right now for the SPY. This is a 613.22, and we're at 613.58. So will it close the week at all-time highs? I mean, the QQQ has that potential, so does the SPY. So that means this is a very, very bullish development. So we'll have to wait and see, right? That's the goal. 613.22, close above it, all-time high territory. QQQ, same situation. It already closed yesterday at all-time highs, and it closed the day before at all-time highs. And now we're potentially going to close the week above all-time highs, and that is 540.81. So that's what I'm watching for QQQ today. IWM, is it going to break this 217? I mean, that would be amazing if it did. So that's going to be on my watch list. 217 breaking back above this 618 would be a big deal. It's back inside that golden pocket ratio. So that's important. 217 is the target. And we can go to Bitcoin over here, and it's reclaiming that green level. Still is inside of a range in between the base, or in between this green level, the 105.5 and the 110.5, 111 zone. So no excitement yet. A lot of people are depressed about crypto, and they're seeing Coinbase fly. They're seeing everything else fly, but Bitcoin and altcoins are just being boring and sad. So that's a perfect setup to me for more accumulation for altcoins, but just give it more time. More time, more space, and I think it'll do its thing when it's ready.
Yeah, Coinbase is just front running the market.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. That's my cue. Okay, so my Bitcoin chart is a bit more close up now. Let's see. I've been showing. Where's my screen? Okay, I've been showing this for a little while, where I'm basically looking for Bitcoin to go to 119.710 next. With a little turn here at 109.877, back to 106.450, and then on up, or maybe actually, since it's already created all the support under 108.014, so it's resistance. It's resistance now, foreshadows support later. So actually, I'm looking for 109.877, back to 108.014, the 786, and then it takes off for 119.710. In the meantime, where we are right now is you can see that price is, since it can't get higher than the 76, it's got to test supports lower. And we got this lovely wick yesterday. Actually it was last night after, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, after the after hours closed for the regular market, touches back down here to 106.450, back up again. Maybe it needs to do one more touch of 106.450 during regular market hours, I hypothesize. Or maybe if I go to the 16-hour chart, I was just looking at this morning, maybe it needs to do just a little scare out of the below the 702. Right here, the 16-hour moving average 75 is right at about 106.246. The top of the Ichimoku cloud right here is 106.210. Maybe we just need to get this little scare touch, and then it can take off. And by golly, if it wouldn't do this all day long today, creep down, and then close like 8 p.m. tonight at 106.234, and then like by Sunday, we're up here in the above 108.014. That's just one idea, but that's what I'm kind of thinking right now. I'm not expecting to do this, but anyway, you can see Ichimoku Cloud says, "Oh, I could do this." All right, and then Tesla. Here's this is a 16-hour chart for Tesla. And I'm still just looking for it to, I really feel like this Ichimoku Cloud baseline has created a support here at 320.86. I don't think we need to touch it anymore. If it does decide to touch it again, sure. I don't know. Maybe it's got to do this thing where it couldn't get to the top of the Ichimoku Cloud I mean, on the top of the Bollinger Band, so it's got to push all the way down, touch the bottom, and then take off. I don't know. We already did that here, though, right? Touched it here, couldn't break up, touched the center line. Cat would say, oh, but the SMA 21 is downsloping. It could do anything. I'm hoping, though, that this is kind of it. I dug my toes in for another TSLL position right around here, and I'm just waiting for it to make this move up to test 420.69, which is about 28% higher from where price is right now. How about your chart, your Tesla chart, Matt?
No change for me. It's basically just stuck in the same range. I can just show it real quick, and I'll show Coinbase as well. Yeah, so same range, right? We got the 321.32. That's the goal to close above today, and still resistance, big zone, 347, 350s, 360s. That's the zone to break, but nothing exciting yet. But that's exactly when I like it. I like to buy when it's not exciting, right? So 321.32 could be the third week in a row to close above that fib level, and could be the stage being set to go much higher. And for Coinbase here, we'll go to a Coinbase chart right here. We'll go coin, and yeah, it's breaking above the 786 right there. So is it ready to break into all-time highs? Well, what I'm really focused on the most is making a higher high, to be honest. So this is this high right here, and that's at 349.75. So if this makes a higher high weekly candle close, then that's technically a break of structure to the upside, and it's a continuation. So whenever you see that, a higher high and a higher low, that's bullish market structure, right? This is the formation of a bullish market structure. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? And that just means it's going into all-time highs sooner or later, right? Whether or not it needs to backtest 318, it doesn't matter to me. Because I see the future, and the future looks bright up at 800. It looks maybe even brighter at 1200, and maybe the brightest right up here at the 2100, which is possible because Palantir made it there from its previous cycle, and MSTR made it there with its previous cycle. So basically, this is the possibility that I see for Coinbase in the future, which means if this gets to 2100, if you're depressed on altcoins, just wait. Just wait. Yeah.
Hey, Matt, pull back down just a little bit so we can see the current action. And you can clearly see the inverse head and shoulders going on here. If it did a touch back to 318.95, that'd be perfect. If it just goes back to the previous high, which is kind of where it is right now, right? And that's where it closes the week. It still looks like a really nice inverse head and shoulders. So, yeah, coin's looking great. It's also, I would say, in the wave 3 now, the heart of the wave 3, and it could just keep running and never look back until it hits its next wave 3 target.
Yeah, it looks. It's a beautiful chart. It's literally looking like the next Palantir before it took off, right? Because I know Kat and I talked about it many times. Like Palantir, it had like kind of like a double bottom here, right? 1, 2, and then it took off, right? Actually, even before that, it had like a double bottom 2, 1, 2 before it took off, and then it had another one here as well, and that was kind of right around the 786 before. So it's just looking very similar before it broke into all-time highs, right? Just a couple of double bottoms here before it really took off, and that's exactly what coin is doing with a double bottom, but on a larger time frame scale than Palantir. So it just looks very, very, very beautiful for continuation. But
a quick question about Palantir: would you say that the 1618 is going to be resistance then, significant resistance? I've been kind of telling people you need to start buying protection as price approaches the mid 150s. If you're going to hold your Palantir,
you can see what happens when Palantir gets to major levels. And the major levels for Palantir when they saw a big rejection was basically around the 786. It kind of corrected a lot here, and then it got to the 1.414, then it corrected way down here. So yeah, if it gets to the 1.618 up here, I think I
you moved it just a little bit. Control Z a little bit. I saw the moment you moved that fib, actually.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I'll just put it back. I got the magnet there.
Yeah. Hold down the control key and pop his magnet on.
So then this is, it has a potential to get rejected there. But this is my point. Like the 1.618 could be the target for
Yeah.
coin. It could be a target for a lot of things. See, even MSTR, it got to the 1.618 exactly. Exactly 1 point. It just nailed it back in November of last year. Nailed it, right?
That's a logarithmic chart,
So
folks. That's a big
yeah,
distance that you're looking at
yeah.
in today's
So
dollars.
this is why you're seeing coin outperform and why you're seeing hood outperform, because they haven't even made all-time highs yet. Just basically they're trying. Hood is battling all-time highs right now. Coinbase still has a ways to go to all-time highs, but this is why you're seeing this massive rally, because Palantir, MicroStrategy, all that stuff, they're already made almost their 1.618. So that is a bullish sign for Coinbase and beyond. So I think good things to come. And I'm not going to be taking profits anytime soon, but it doesn't mean that it's going to go straight up. It could retrace to 318, but I don't care. But if you guys can't handle that volatility, then I would not be chasing these levels, because going back down to retest is always a possibility. All right, Tracker, switching back to you.
Thank you. All right, before we get into the request, I just want to show you my favorite pick right now is Big Bear AI. It's already breaking out over the 382. It did a 382, 236, and now we're back over the 382. So my pattern typically suggests that it's going to go all the way to the 1236 next, which is up here at 1390. And that would be 138% higher, 136% higher from our prices right now. Actually, it might even gravitate more likely towards 1436, the 141, which would be 145% higher from where prices right now. It's already broken out. Look, if you look at the 4-hour structure, you can kind of see it tested up here over the 50% retracement fib, over to halfway to where it was a previous high was at 1049. So we're back above it. It's testing back to it as support right now. Right this morning, it got over, tested back to 50% of support. So now it can just keep on going. In the short term, if I'm wrong about the 382 to 236 to 1236, at least it'll test the 618 next, and then the 764 after that. So Big Bear AI is my big idea of the day. Whatever you've got, if you've got questions, if you're not sure about something, you can be. I'm telling you that I believe you could be more sure about this to put your money into instead. So with that said, let's look at your requests. Let's see what people want to know about. Starting from the top, or it's my bottom. Oh, Core Z. All right, so Core Z, which I think we just talked about yesterday. All right, so Core Z is on my. Let's look at the 16-hour chart, because I love 16-hour chart. I've decided is twice as nice as the 8-hour chart. It's gotten over its, where's my retracement fib? It's gotten over the 886, and it's tested back to a support. It wicked through a little bit, but as long as it stays over 1712, it's probably headed for 2345 or 2577 next, which would be, like 36 to from our prices right now. So Core Z looks really good. I was expecting it to do a 618236, but maybe it already did the 236 in here. Kind of tricked me. I don't know. This is tough. Again, it's kind of what is Bitcoin going to do today and this weekend. I don't know. I wish I did have a crystal ball. Where'd Core Z go? Here's Core Z. So if it drops below 1712, back towards 1548, then I would look lower for 1007. Otherwise, we can stay above 1712, then look to the 141 up here at 20 next. And after that, I'll let, I will do my IREN chart, but I'll let Matt do also those if he wants to. But here's my IREN chart, and it has also, I'm looking forward to do a 764382. So it's on its way. It's still got another 21% to go to get to 1651. Then it drops back to the top of this range, the 382 retracement at 1142, and then goes into the heart of its third wave, which takes it all the way up to 2515. So there you go. IREN's looking really good right now. I will. This will be the last time I trade IREN. I'll sell it near here, try to buy it back down here, and then I'm never going to sell it again until I retire. Hopefully, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be a little more like Mattsby. I'm trying.
Patience.
VR. Do I have a VR?
I have an
know,
iron real
right?
quick. Iron. So here's
Sure,
what iron
go
is.
ahead if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, iron's at resistance. 1388 is the 786, and this is the 786 from the all-time high to the all-time low. So caution here. It already got rejected 3 times or twice, really. Pretty bigly right there. So that's it. $14 range, right? Break above that, it'll get a lot more bullish, but it might not break above this time as well. So if it does retrace, maybe back down to the angle above, below, maybe the 1120s. But it's a big deal what it's doing right now with this bullish engulfing candle above the 702, above the arc, above this angle here. So it is breaking a lot of resistance. Even when you put on the Ichimoku cloud, it's breaking above the weekly Ichimoku cloud. It's one of the few miners actually getting back above the weekly Ichimoku cloud. So this is actually a nice development, but it's at resistance. So the time to really accumulate was all these back tests along this orange arc right here, which is boom, every time it hit, that was the opportunity really. But now it's just considered chasing to me, so I would just be cautious up here. But on a back test, that could be the opportunity in the 12 down to the $11 zone. And yeah, go ahead, Tracker.
Oh man. No, you keep going. I'm going to draw this vertex chart. It's a nice looking chart, actually.
Yeah, I
As
think
soon
I
as I
have.
see pharmaceutical, I immediately wince. Go ahead.
I think I have again for. Yeah, I do. It's right on the 45-degree angle for vertex, and there it is. Basically, it's been riding that for a very long time, and every time it goes a little bit below it, it does recover it. So it is a little bit below it right now, but the past is looking like it is wanting to hold as a support. And even if it doesn't, you got the 1.618 below to catch it at the 430. So yeah, I think it's in a nice zone here from current price down to 430 with the potential to start to accumulate or consolidate in this zone and then be able to go up to the 500 again and try to break out above. But this 500 level, clearly resistance. It's got to break above that to get a lot more bullish. But right now it's range bound between the 450s and the 430s. But it looks like it's in a nice consolidation range right here. All right, Tracker.
Let's see, VRTX. This is tough. It is testing back to the 141. If I do just this one right here, from about 438 to 306.08, the 141 was 430.99. It rejected it, went down a little bit, got way over it, tested back way under it, got back over it again, and now it's making it support again. So it could just keep going. Usually I would look for like the fifth wave on this would be something like this 2618 around 794, maybe to 853. I'm sorry, I don't have anything more precise on this. I'd have to really dig into this, but just in a cursory glance, yeah, this could go like another 90%, another 80 to 90%. And overall, it's just a great looking chart anyway. So I don't know, maybe you can just keep holding it and holding it. I don't know what they do, but I'd be interested to find out. CRCL Circle. This is one that doesn't have a long lifespan, but I have been able to try to make some hay out of it. Oh, yeah. I did this thing for one of my subscribers. I tried to figure out what it could look like based on the current action that it's done so far. And I think I want to see it go hit resistance up here at this 886. So basically, it started down here to like $1 or something. No, what is this low? $64. 64 to 298.99, and it tested back to the. I'm sorry, these numbers are so big. I was trying to differentiate these from. Let me just fix this 1 second. Don't extend them. There we go. So, yeah, it tested back down to the 55% level. Then got stuck under the 702. If it can get back up, maybe, but can't get higher than 886, it gets sent back down. I'll just say that the most important thing is this 50% level. If it goes down to 181.50 and bounces off, then it's going to break out to a new high. If it goes down to 181.50 and falls below, it's going to hit like the 382, and even this 23.6 wouldn't surprise me down to 120. And that's basically it. If it just goes bonkers like everything else that's coin related, then just look for it to get back over 272.20, the 886 here. And from there, like if you just waited for confirmation, basically, you could still get another 44% to the 141. And then it just keeps on going higher after that. So that's not a bad entry. If you wanted to wait for confirmation, it's 134% higher to the 236 at 645 from the top of the 886 here at 272.20. But if you're willing to just go for broke, once it just gets back above the 702 and gets back into this zone I've kind of blued out here, if it gets over 228.96, you could buy there and then just put your stop below there. And then that would give you a, where's my number? 177% higher to that 2236. So there you go. Circle, it's, it's chancy not having a lot of data yet, but there's my analysis. Arcat. I'll come back to the Bitey dips request. I'm dyslexic here. Arcat. Let's see. We did this one recently. I think this one wants to go through. I'm looking for a 618.236 based off of this. So that would take it back to the 886, and then it can't get above it. So it gets sent back down to the 50% level where it does bounce off. So anyway, red Arcat, I'm looking for 1380 next. Last time I looked at this was 92% higher. Now it's 79% higher to reach 1380, or probably more accurately 1357. Then it gets sent back down to 781. There's Arcat. How about you go ahead, Matt, and I'll see what I can do about this CPRX.
Okay, yeah, I see 3350 here. Let me just do Metaplanet. Yeah, so Metaplanet on the TSE exchange, we can see that 1937 resistance was nailed it. Resistance, right? So you only really need fibs for this one from the all-time high to the all-time low here on log scale, and it's really been an accurate chart. But the good news is this previous big zone right here that used to be a big resistance right there, the 50%, it looks like it did get flipped to a support, but that's a kind of a big range, right? From 1900 down to 756. So if it did go back test it, that's very volatile, right? That would probably be, let's just see how big of a drop that would be. Yeah, it'd be like a 50% drop if that did happen. So this is a big play, right? It had a huge move up 177%, then so far 39%. So if you think it's going to keep melting up, I think again, right? It got rejected at this big important level, 1937, and until that breaks, I think it's possible to go back and retest the 50% fib. So that's 756 down below. So very volatile. If you can't stomach the volatility, this is not a name for you. But this is chasing at this point if you're looking at entering a position here. So with that, Mac, are you ready?
It's very
volatile. SMCI.
You can do SMCI. I was going to say that stock is very volatile, and you have to have a TSE exchange subscription, or you're going to be like 20%. 20 minutes behind on the quotes. It's terrible.
Oh, yeah. Don't want to make that.
Go ahead. Do your next one.
Yeah, SMCI here. SMCI is looking great, right? SMCI is basically a big breakout backtest of the 45-degree angle, and something that was really scary for a while. Like in hindsight, it's just market symmetry, right? And you should have trusted it when it happened. But when it gets to that level, it's like, oh, maybe it wants to go down to this arc, maybe it wants to do this. Like you just don't know when the time comes. But now it has recovered nicely, and the symmetry of this chart really said it all. Right. It said it all. And now we can go to the Ichimoku cloud and take a look at what's really developing. And it's at resistance. We can see that the 100-week moving average is here at 48.89, and it is above it right now. But will it close the week today above it? That is the question. So let's find out, right? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But if it just turns into a wick and closes below, then you know what? It's still in a range, and the range would be down into the mid-40s. To the $50 level. So we'll see if it can close above, but it would be, I think, a big deal closing above because the last couple of times it tried, it got rejected by upper resistance. But if it does flip it to support this time, there's really nothing but clear skies ahead on this weekly chart, right? There's no more 50 SMA blocking it. There's no more conversion or baseline blocking it. There's nothing until the top of the cloud, really, which is around $70. So it's a big week, right? Let's see if it closes above 48.89. That's the goal. to try to make it a new support.
Yeah, we love price discovery when it's just running above all the supports,
Yeah, looks great.
former resistances. Okay, here's my CPRX, and I won't bore you with all the details, but just on a 16-hour chart, looking up here, it is higher than its previous all-time for a support, and you can just see right here that the 141 is up here at 311.11. So I would just venture to say, actually, I guess I could do one thing. No, I already did it. I pulled the fibs. So a five-wave impulsive move from here would look like, oh, wow, really? Okay, 786, 382, 1382, 100, 2382. I didn't expect it to go back, but it can definitely do that. So here, where it's going to maybe hit resistance at 2802. It gets sent back to the 886 one more time to 1963, then on up to about 4106, maybe just 3872, and then down to 3276, and then on up to 6280. Yeah, I'll just leave that as it is. So there you go. Look for resistance at 2802 and then support testing down to 1963. That's my CPRX analysis. We kind of talked about those in this. I have a TEM chart. Tempest AI. So this one had like one of that deep like December to April 7th test, but it just made some really nice fibs. So I've been looking for it to touch the 618, 7853, and then get sent back down to the 236. But maybe you can get the 886, 7102. I don't know. This one's tricky. If it stops at 7678, look for it to go all the way back down to 5717. I'd say that's where this 50% level is. I'm just going to move that. Let me get rid of this. I'll move this up to 5717. Yeah, so look for 7678 to 5717. But if it can get over 7678, then look for it to continue on up to retest the previous high, but it will fall just a little bit short at probably 8854. Yeah, and if it can get over 886, then it'll go to the 141. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look for this first, unless it goes higher than 886 and builds on top of it. Then it could go up to 110, probably 110.10. Here, Tempest AI. I'm sorry, that's about as clear as mud, but that's what I got. I could do. We've talked about BlackBerry before. Yeah. And stop me anytime, Matt, if there's like one you want to counterpoint on, or just
TSSI
have one you really.
TSSI.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so TSSI, okay. I actually did a request on my Patreon about this the other day, and I think it has a destination. It has a destination to this 3597 1.272 fib. So this was one of those most beautiful breakouts of the previous all-time high and a back test and continuation higher. So this is why you don't like the breakouts, but the back tests are the opportunities before it really wants to go higher. So yeah, it just waited to touch the cloud here after breaking out way back there in 2024, and then it's going higher. So now that it's going up to the 3597, there's no reason to be chasing up here, in my opinion, because that is a cautious zone. But if you're already in it, maybe you can enjoy the red, but it's not guaranteed to break above that right away. So if it does get there, could come back down to retest levels in the 19s, 18s, 17s, 16s, whatever it wants to do, because it is it already proved it can be volatile, right? Going back down to some levels to retest. So cautious at resistance, more bullish on the way down at support.
All right, I've got Oscar Health up next. And here you can see, last time we looked at it was 36.75% to get to the 702. Now there's about 28% left to get to 2658. So I'm looking for it to hit the 702, gets sent back down to 1950, which is really the 50% fib here at 1953. So 2658, 1953, then it penetrates the 886. It'll probably, argue around in here for a little bit, but eventually it will hit my 1382 at 4124, which is interesting. That doesn't quite get to the 127.2. Maybe it goes higher. I don't know. Usually, if it can get over the 886, it's going to want to go to the 127.2 at 4651. Gosh, let's try that. And then, anyway, still probably test back to the 886 again, which lines up with my 100% fib. Maybe it can't get that high. This is the 1382 to the 100% fib is a pretty solid. I'm just going to leave it alone. And then the wave 5 goes to the 2382 at 6298, which lines up really nicely with the 1764. So the wave 5 from where price is right now, you could ride this thing 200% higher to that wave 5 top. But you'll probably want to get out at the wave 3 top 100% higher so you can get back here and then reset your position. So you basically would make 100% from here to here, then test back, and then make another 89% from there to the top. Does that make sense? Gosh, it almost sounds better if you just buy it here and don't sell it. It's just these wave 4s are so hard to hold on to. It's nail biting. And sometimes the whole chart just breaks down and you never get the support of the wave 4 and the whole thing just becomes a giant 1 and then your 2's down here. Anyway, I don't want to scare you off, Oscar. The charts look really good. And then a lot of hymns, but feel free to jump in if you wanted to cover Oscar, but I can do hymns now. Hymns is tough. It looks like here's my big 1, 2, and then here's my smaller 1, 2 complete. So it's in the heart of the third wave now, heading for this 1618 up here at 104.15. It should get over it should argue $89 and $97 in here a little bit. But I'm expecting to go to the 1618 of this move from 0 to 100. I'm sorry. It's this back test from this 2254 to this all-time high of 72.98. So 141% is about here. 1618 is here. So that's my 1382 at $104.78 back to the 100% fib at 82.05. And then on to my 2382 at 164.29, or maybe to the 2618, just a little bit, 69.27. So let's see, to the wave 3 top is about 126% higher, 125% higher. And then for the wave 5, from where price is right now, that would be 256% higher. Wow, that's crazy. All right, back to you, Matt.
Yeah, I'll do one more because it's time for me to run away. And I see Golden Parachute. Well, maybe Matt and Tracker can do their own show. Well, I do my own show for Patreon Tier 4 people privately, so I just do this for the public to help you all out. So this is, and I love doing it with Tracker. Tracker and I are good friends, so this is what I like to do. Yeah. Wake up in the morning and talk to him. But if Tracker can do his own show too, I mean, you can just keep going all day long, Tracker. After this show ends, you can just start your own and keep on going. Yeah.
I used to do a show, and then it was like exhausting.
Yeah.
And I never saw my kids, so.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, I might go back to it somewhat. I'm going to do some tutorials here. Speaking of which, I'm just to let you know, if you're on the fence of subscribing to me, get in real soon because it's $3 a month for the rest of this month and maybe August. But then by August 1st, I'm bumping my subscription price up to $10 a month because I'm worth it. And I need to pay for this air conditioner that I just had to buy. And I want to get a Tesla Model Y and yada, yada. I get paid about a McDonald's part-time worker makes more money an hour than I do currently. So I'm trying to fix that by bumping it up to $10 an hour. And all right, that said, am I up on the screen? Go ahead and bring me up, Matt, and I'll do Galaxy because I did this for a subscriber.
I'm doing one more before I leave. Yeah.
No, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Rocket Lab here, 1.272 fib. It's 34.98. That's what I'm watching right there. Boom. It's maybe going to close above it. So it's a big bullish engulfing candle cutting through multiple levels. The blue level, the angle here, and even the 1.272. So if it does close like at current prices, then I think continuation, maybe even to the 45 could be next. But I want to wait for the weekly candle close to see where it does close, because if it does flip this angle right here back to support where we saw it was a support here all the way up until it broke down, then that could reclaim it and actually could keep the momentum strong and powerful. But if it just turns into a wick and closes maybe at like 35 or something, then it's still going to be resistance and we could see a retrace. So how it closes today is important, but at least above the 34.98, then this is flipping it back to a support, or for the first time, first time all-time high candle close. So that's the goal, 34.98. But even better would be regaining this angle for a support to go to the 45 above. So beautiful chart, and I will flip it back to you for Galaxy. Yes.
All right, I did a little mini clinic on doing price buying, whether you want to be aggressive or conservative about buying the dips on something. Here's Galaxy Digital. I'm projecting that it's going to go to 48.22 next, but on the way, it's going to oscillate on the way up there, obviously, and it might need to get one more test support. Let's see, border band. Yeah, it's getting really squeezy, right? So either it hit the bottom of the band here almost, and now it's pushing up on it, and it's ready to just go. You could buy Galaxy Digital right now, and you will get about 128% higher to that wave. Or it bounces off the top of it still finds resistance here at the Ichimoku baseline, and then it pushes down on the bottom side of the Bollinger Band, and maybe it back tests this 50% fib retracement level, and that's the retracement from the 837 bottom we just had. Wait, why is 100% here? Oh, it goes back to this one. So it's the left side. The left side is more important. You want to look at the retraces from the left side to compare the right side. And the right side is broken out of the 100%, but it couldn't get over the 702, and so we're back down here. The 702 of the large degree. Anyway, so what if it goes to 50% and then runs up? Anyway, start buying it on the way down, but maybe it's safer to just wait for confirmation. And the confirmation is if it makes a lower low than it did here at 1743, but then makes a new higher high than up here at 2178. And this 886 is a perfect place to do it. So if you want to be safe, wait and see if it drops, and you could start buying it on the way down in DCA, or you could just wait until after it gets over the 886 at 2251. You'll lose a little bit of, let's see, it'd only be 114% of gain instead of 128% gain, but you don't have to hold it while it's going down or spend more money DCAing into a position that keeps going down. And that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. Sorry, Golden Parachute, that you feel like I'm too verbose, but I just do what I do. All right. It's not going to change. Thank you guys so much for watching the show, and we'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, be back on Monday, guys. Have a great weekend, and see you next week. Bye.
Yeah. You have a great weekend too, Matt.
Yes.
All right, bye, everybody.